This is Jeremy Matthias Bennett and Intuitive Strategy Consulting. And we are, basically this is the Intuitive Network, an overview, Lexis, my Nexis. All right, so it's a beautiful sunny day in Portland, and that's a really nice shadow. Let me just adjust. Okay. Here we are. So we just as a little bit of a review, I gave a little bit of an introduction in regards to the introduction to the Intuitive Network, and so this is a little bit of an overview breaking down some of the aspects. So some of the other aspects of the network. So as a review, we know it's a non-physical source of information in the fifth dimension. You've learned that it contains information about every person, place, thing, and organization in the local multiverse, and has been known by other names such as, the Akashic Records, the Records, or most famously, the Book of Life in Revelation in the New Testament. It's transparent, it's secure, and you have the possibility of accessing it. So, and this is just you could say the Intuitive Network is kind of like the Internet, but it's been around for longer, so you could kind of say that the Internet is kind of like the Intuitive Network. And so here we go. Here's the nice big diagram of just a couple of breakdowns of the the network here. So in this particular aspect, this is individual core profiles. So essentially, this is the area where it's safe and secure, and this is where each individual soul record is there and it's present. And a real world example is kind of like Lexis Nexis. Lexis Nexis, for those of you who don't know, is a really safe and secure company that has tons of personal information and other types of information. And there's actually places within Lexis Nexis where it's got probably on all of us, really safe and secure data. So as a particular real-world example, I'd like to use Alexis Neely, or Shanti, and her amazing team. And this is just some of them. So we see here Ali, Craig, Renee, Jason, Inriel, Kelly, and just as a snapshot of some of the people on her team. You can see these little squares. They're three-dimensional. There's a lot of them. There's a lot to them. This is essentially their core profile, their soul profile within the particular aspect. In this particular more secure Lexis Nexis database. So this, for most people who are familiar with accessing the Akashic Records, this is the place that they access. But there's actually more. There's this additional component that I'm bringing into awareness, Earthside, and this is organizational core profiles. And so this is kind of how how it looks like in my mind's eye as I access the organizational core profiles. This is a really two-dimensional representation. For me, it kind of looks like something out of a three-dimensional Minority Report. Three-dimensional dots and spheres in terms of things. But this will give you an idea. And a real world correlation is something like like a web page. So for example, in the Lexis Nexis, how you have might have secure information for each people. Let's say you have a company website and you have, hey, I'm Renee, and here's a little bit about me. You can check, she leads the Money Map Masters training program for Ali, which is in the process of development. She's an absolutely amazing client of mine. And, so within the web page of the website, which is available to really anyone who is interested, there's a little bit of a bio. Here's my bio. Right? So in the same way, this organizational core profile has smaller amount of information, and these aspects are linked in terms of each person that is involved. And so this is a really simplified version because Ali has a number of businesses and organizations, but we're just going to choose this as lift this is one of her businesses, and also to say, as a correlation, it's really, really exciting because one of the things that Ali and her team did is actually did an open call available to anyone, 4-hour call about literally putting their budget together and having that be open and transparent, and that's absolutely fantastic. And that really is, a third-dimensional putting into practice. Of the reality that exists within these organizational core profiles. It's like Fortune 500 companies. You can look at their P&L sheets. Everything is really transparent for the greater, for the greater good for anyone who chooses and cares to look at them. So what does these organizational core profiles contain? Well, they can contain a lot of things, but some particular aspects is they contain the shared vision of the founder and the team, the thoughts and feelings of the team, thoughts and feelings and needs of clients and customers, information on projects and resources. Really, all of that is like an aggregate of all the information of who somebody is at a core level, their strengths and challenges, and in terms of perception from the outside world. All of these things are really wrapped up in an organizational core profile, and there's a lot of different ways to access it. Whew. All right, I know it's a lot, so thank you for bearing with me. So to kind of recap and to sum this puppy up. So really, right now is that what is possible. It is possible for any of us to really access our own record in the intuitive network, or you could say, the records. It is possible for for anyone really to access an organizational core profiles. And it's possible for you to request clearing on your own record. Okay, you have the potential to be able to access and clear others' core soul profiles. You can do this by doing a soul profile and realignment practitioner training, which is by Andrea Hess, and that's the kind of the kickoff that got me all started. Andrea's awesome. Power on, Andrea. And you can go to andreahess.com or soulrealignment.com in order to take that training. I really recommend it if you feel called. And then it's also possible for you to access any organizational core profile on behalf of a business, team, or organization with clarity and confidence. And you can do this with intuitive strategy training. And this is actually the first one I'm going to be starting on 7/7/2011 at 7:07 p.m. for 7 amazing, innovative entrepreneurs. And so it's just a matter of getting this out as fast and expediently as possible to the world, because it's incredibly exciting work. So if you'd like to have more information, you can go to intuitivestrategyconsulting.com and sign up for my newsletter, Lead: Your Integrated Life. Integrated thoughts on life and business, from the infinitely practical to the tangibly multidimensional and beyond.